All right. Okay, so Snowfall, episode 7?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. Opening scene, Franklin, Leon, and Jerome / Louie meet up to discuss what was said in the discussion with Kane. This is nuts because we got to go all the way back to Kane and that situation.
Yeah. Stormy Norm.
Right. So Franklin, Leon, and Jerome and Louie meet up to discuss what was said in that discussion. Leon proposes that he tries to make things right with Storm and Norm Nixon since the situation is complicated. Louie and Jerome ain't really hearing it, but Leon said he put everybody down by himself if it came down to it. Any thoughts on that?
Which is good enough, right? Ain't that's good enough?
It should be.
Like, hey, look, let me go holler at him. If it don't work out, I'll put it in work. That's reasonable.
That's all you really need to hear. Like, I don't have to do anything.
Louie, I'll be so confused on why Louie's bark is so loud. What the fuck you gonna do? You the only one standing in this room, ain't got no soldiers.
Yep.
You the only one standing in this room, ain't got no muscle except for Jerome. And he trying to live his life right, trying to change his ways.
Yep.
Why are you so confident and so buck? She's always so ready to use somebody else's resources or to push somebody else's buttons. But she's so mad when Franklin does it. I don't really think it has anything to do with treating her like a partner. I just think she want to be up. That's what it seems like.
Easily.
It has absolutely nothing to do with how well Franklin treats you or how respected he treats you or how much he considers your opinion. That don't matter to you. You just want to be in charge. Mm-hmm. That's all it is, fam. Why are you so quick to force other people into doing stuff that benefits you? But you're so mad when Franklin does that.
Since she had the chance to play boss when Franklin was, got shot, I think she caught the bug, and now she wants to get back into being the boss again ever since that. Like, it seems like everything she's done since then has been, all right, this is how we set up me becoming the boss of everything. Or my own shit.
She ain't stopped talking about when her and Reed was working together. It's about the 6th or 7th time. Me and Reed used to work real good together when you was hurt. Hey, no, I did good business with Reed when you was down. Shit, hey, yo, Reed, you remember? Hey, yo, player, is that you, Reed? You know what I'm saying? Like, she been talking about that for at least half a season. So,
facts.
I there's a part of me that didn't want to believe that she would take it that far, to double cross Franklin in any way.
Mm-hmm.
But man, she don't care. She don't care. And see, that's the difference, though. See, Franklin will make a decision without consulting y'all, and then turn around and it'll still benefit y'all. Or at very least, it doesn't leave you ass out with the law or ass out for your life. You know what I'm saying? Or he didn't steal from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he may make a selfish decision without considering y'all, but he's still considering the greater good. See, you make decisions for you and only you, and damn who it hurts around you. That's what Louie's doing versus what Franklin is doing. Franklin can make a decision, but at the end of the day, he's still trying to make a decision for everyone. You are literally making a decision for you and damning the consequences about what happens around you collaterally.
I would agree with that. Yep. 1,000%. Also heads to see Teddy at Parissa's house. Parissa doesn't want Teddy to leave yet, probably because she wants Teddy to herself.
Yeah, man, they got a weird little thing brewing. I'm scared. I'm scared for sure.
Anything involving her, I'm afraid of.
Anybody who's attracted to Reed like that, it needs to be questioned. And then the fact that he went through what he went through, and still messing around with that woman means there's something wrong with Reed too.
Oh yeah, easily.
There's something wrong with you, bruh.
Veronique is having issues providing the funding for the bid they're putting in for the big deal downtown. Meanwhile, Teddy is blowing up Franklin's pager.
Yeah, Teddy, you need to mind yourself, bro. Because you could have been in a ditch somewhere. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is with that situation. It could have been anybody that did that. It could have been anybody. I don't know why he was so quick to assume the blame for it, telling them all that shit about Peaches and all that stuff. It's like, I don't know if you needed to tip your hand like that so early. Why confirm what he's now going to take the extra measures to take things away from you for? Why would you confirm that?
Yeah.
I don't feel like they needed to necessarily. Like, we got hit. Shit, you
Yeah.
a rogue CIA agent. I know it ain't somebody looking for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like shit. By the end of this episode, I know he probably got some racial animus going on over there, but I know you're not that racist just to think that any black person is associated with me in South Central. You know what I'm saying? Like, any black person with a gun, must be coming for me. You know, I'm sure you've pissed off some black people in your time too. So
Yeah.
I just wouldn't have assumed responsibility for what happened there, because we all almost lost our lives. At that point, it was no reason to just assume.
Hell, it could have been retaliation for him killing Alton.
Yeah, what if it was a former Panther? Now, what's up? Huh? What? Oh, you don't know what happened to my dad, right? Fuck.
All right. So Franklin and Teddy meet up, and because now he's been shot, he wants to take everything over, controlling the time and date of the drops, Franklin's security, his legitimate businesses, his mom, damn near every fucking thing, which you kind of just talked about. But he wants to control every fucking thing. Jerome goes to what do they call those? The veteran. Why can't I think of what those are called?
The VA, Veteran Affairs.
Thank you. Jerome goes to a VA to get information on Peaches. He bribes the receptionist to get to the doctor that saw Peaches a week ago. The doctor says he doesn't remember Peaches, but suggests that Jerome see a counselor as he's wrapping his fists up from beating dude's face in.
That's crazy that he has the type of stresses and the type of triggers that a war veteran has.
Yeah.
So wait, does Jerome know Peaches from back in the day, or did he serve with Peaches? We know Peaches is a vet. Is Jerome a vet?
I feel like they serve together, and that's how they know each other. But I'm not 100% sure.
That would make sense, right? Like, okay,
I'm not 100%
and then
sure. Don't quote me on that.
maybe he spilled some of that, the Vietnam War effects bled back into his life, his home life, and that's how he ended up the way he did.
Could be. Which is interesting that they're. It seems like they're going to go there.
Yeah.
As far as at least making sure he gets some help and at least thinking about that side of things. Because I mean, it needs to be said. Black men need therapy as well. Okay, so Jerome then meets up with a guy that says he knows where Peaches is, but he has to wait until after their meeting, like therapy meeting, where basically Jerome just kind of sits out and kind of listens in and starts to realize more that he probably needs a little bit.
But like, damn, man, he niggas sound just like me. Just like me.
Right.
Sure. That was the craziest part of it, is that it was so much symmetry in between what triggers them and what triggers Jerome.
Yeah.
Whether or not it was war or not, we know he's been through war.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's experienced those same type of trauma. So he needs it. Like you said, man, he needs it. And that's I'm glad that even though he's there to murk Peaches, I'm glad that he was able to find it and stumble upon that group.
For sure. Maybe he'll go back at some point.
After he murks Peaches?
I mean, yeah, why not?
He's never going back to that group, fam.
Why not?
He's trying to kill the man that he was there looking for.
But he didn't kill him. We'll get to that later. All
right.
Leon meets with Kane and basically tells Kane how everything went down with Kev. He then extends his hand to offer Kane a chance to be a part of what Franklin has built. Any thoughts on that?
It's easy enough. I don't know why that offer didn't go out while we were at the football game.
It could have.
And then if you was going to accept it, if you came, that's the next part. Is that first of all, did that little sit down happen in episode 7 or episode 8?
7.
No, the sit down between Kane and Mrs. Franklin.
That happened in 8, I think.
Okay. All right, we'll leave that one alone. All right, so he said yes too quick. Leon leaving with a yes from that meeting doesn't make any sense. And that's why everybody was so skeptical of it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense. So you went through all the trouble of shooting at all of our closest family members. You missed, and now you want to make some money.
It only makes sense in the sense that they needed to pay retribution for what happened to Kev. This would be the way for them to effectively pay.
Which is nuts.
Him.
How were they not paying Kev's family? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? What's up?
Oh no, I mean that's fucked up. But I mean,
yeah, like how were they not
they
taking care of Kev's family? I mean,
no. That's because that's a day one. You gotta look out for the family.
I feel like if it was anybody else, it'd be like, all right, yeah, no, that nigga was tripping anyways. He lost his privileges, but that one, and then the brother is like y'all OG, the one that brought y'all up. Like, how were they not paying his family?
Yeah.
But either way, it was very suspicious that that Leon was able to get that brokered out within one conversation. There was no counter. There was no, all right, well, this is how much I need. Blah, 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 this is my price. It was straight up like, all right, cool.
I mean, it sets them up pretty well.
But then, all of a sudden, he was on a blood vandana. He tried to kill my baby mother, my baby, my mother, my uncle, my auntie, me. They tried to kill everyone. Everybody.
Yep.
But now it's cool. Because we cut you a check. Nigga, you could have asked for a check. You didn't have to spend the money that you spent on the non-hitting ass hitters that you sent.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's why I kind of felt the skepticism from Sissy and from Louie and from Veronique. I kind of got the black woman eye roll on that one because it was like, hardly, yeah, it sound good. It sound good for sure.
I still don't know how they got the drop on Leon. Like, I get how you would get the drop on
Peaches. Peaches was their way in for everything.
We'll talk about it. Sissy comes to see Franklin after running, and Franklin asks her what she said to Veronique, and then basically tells her to chill the fuck out because she's telling her shit that's scaring her effectively.
So let me play devil's advocate here because I've already said what my thoughts were on her telling Veronique what she told her. What if she was only trying to get Veronique to just come to terms with the reality of the situation? Because I kind of ran it back again, and I do remember we mentioned this about Veronique and her expectations of Franklin. And so, like, this idea that he's going to be able to turn the gangster off and separate himself from it when you ask for it, like just the mere fact that you even entered into a relationship with this man and it got to the point to where now y'all are having a child together, you have to have already fully accepted the risk. You had to. Yeah. You had to. I'm not going to accept anything less than that. You had to have accepted the risk.
For sure.
So with that being the case, by giving Franklin ultimatums in the middle of this shit going on, you're not accepting your role. Maybe that's what she was trying to tell her. Like, you've been known what this was. And it was never going to be the way that y'all dreamt it up of being together. All right, well, he'll isolate me, he'll make me safe, and then eventually he'll leave. It was never going to be that perfect.
Because all of them have to keep their head on a swivel at all times.
At all times. Even after he get out, it's still going to be something that you have to watch your back. He will always have enemies. You will never be completely safe. So come to terms with that. Maybe that's what she was trying to say instead of
right. For sure. Jerome gets taken to this holistic temple, which makes a bit of sense for Peaches to be there, considering what we find out about him. Yeah. Jerome sits there for a minute amongst the calm, and it seems to be pretty therapeutic for him. So,
yeah, good for Jerome, man. Good for Jerome.
For sure.
Definitely needed some of that relaxing.
Especially with what he deals with Louie. Anyway, Louie puts a hit out on Kane, Storm and Norm Nixon, through Buckley, for $150K, but not before some flirting ensues between the two.
Hey, if Buckley ever touched her, it's gonna be one time too many. Cause that nigga is corny. You talk about Jazz being corny. Buckley?
Jazz ain't corny.
With the
Jazz
greasy...
just drops a corny bar every now and then.
Anyways,
Buckley is corny as fuck.
Buckley is corny as hell, dog. Like corny cousin corny.
Yeah.
Like
L straight
L7.
cornball. Yeah. Yeah.
L7, Weeble. You feel me?
Okay, E40.
No, he's terrible. He's fucking awful. I hope she never. But yeah, man, she's doing too much. She's doing too much.
Way too much. But she thinks this is a boss move. She thinks this is what she needs to do to
she is literally
status.
Always doing too much. This reminds me of the time that she left Jerome to go be with Claudia because she was mad at Jerome and Franklin. And then she fucked around and ended up having to kill Claudia's ass. And guess who she called to clean the shit up?
Young Rome.
So now, from what I'm able to see from the previews, looks like she's going to fuck this one up too. And guess who she's going to call to clean the shit up? Only this time, you may have just overstepped a little too much this time. You may just have to get your hands and your feet dirty on your own on this one.
For sure.
Which,
if she wants to be the boss, you got to be ready for shit like that.
She's going to have to deal with this shit herself.
Yeah.
No. Don't you come back over here. Don't you show up to the projects looking for niggas. Don't come near the spot, the joint downtown. I ain't got nothing for you. You did this. We told you we had it handled. You decided to handle it another way. So now you take care of it. Don't you come around here. Don't you come over here asking for some goddamn help. No.
All right, Chris Tucker.
No.
All right. Teddy gives a super half-assed apology about why he left so high and dry during the shootout.
As he's telling him to implant all those recording devices on Franklin. Like, boy,
bullshit.
You a special type of bold to leave a motherfucker at a shootout and then tell him to go bug the person that saved his life. Yeah, you a special type of deranged. Yeah, homeboy that saved your life the other week when I left you. Yeah, put all this recording device, bug it right now. Hey, yo, by the way, my bad on pulling off. It was just kind of the instinct, It was your instinct to leave me. It was your instinct to pull off and leave me. Okay. Great. Thank you for letting me know you have that. I didn't know you had that in you. But now that I know, I can plan accordingly.
Yep.
I can plan accordingly.
Franklin and Leon meet with Louie to tell her that he's now going to be within the mix thanks to, telling them that Storm and Norm Nixon is now going to be in the mix. Thanks to a deal that Leon brokered. Louie seems to be okay with it for now since she plans on having Bro killed anyway.
She's like, hey, man, do whatever the fuck you want to do. It's about to be over with.
Anyway.
Nuts.
So absolutely nuts. So as it turns out, Peaches may have not had AIDS all this time. Turns out he was just on Boy, and he may have stole that money to get the fuck out of America and go to Burma or Thailand.
Which makes sense because in episode 1, he literally watched Franklin smoke Rob. Watched him smoke Rob because he was a junkie. So if he been basing, or excuse me, if he been hitting the pipe
or hitting the heroin,
he already know. Yeah, I'm about to say either one. Whatever the fuck they was in there doing. I don't know what the fuck they was in there doing.
Which makes sense because if he was in Vietnam, I think is what they said, right?
Yeah.
Was it in Vietnam?
Mm-hmm.
They was doing heroin heavy in Vietnam. So
then came home, started doing dog food.
Yeah.
Damn, Peaches. I guess that's better than AIDS. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. I guess you can quit drugs. Yeah, it is better. It is better because you can quit drugs. You can't quit AIDS. That's forever.
That's fair. The weird thing is that he's going to fucking Thailand, which I don't know if he's there to go get help or
that junkie said he's going to Thailand. He ain't going no fucking Thailand.
You know what I mean? I'm just like, damn, that's more opiates. That's like the center of where all the fucking
Bro been
opium is
staying
going.
at the goddamn Tweak House, so I know he probably done spent all the money that he got on the drugs. He ain't going to no damn Thailand.
He going to Thailand and get it for cheap. cheap. All right, so Jerome is getting all of his priorities together and talking to Louie about them. He wants to make sure that he can go back to making businesses in the hood like Jam and Jerome. Also, I think throughout the season, we assumed that Louie and Jerome were married, but here we are seeing them get engaged. At least I thought they were already married.
I am surprised. Yeah, I was like, well, first of all, y'all have been together longer than anybody else on this show. About damn time, I guess. But, Jerome trying to live his right. He's trying to live right.
Yeah.
Trying to straighten up and fly right.
Well, there is one thing wrong with that, and that's Louie.
Yeah. And she doing all this scheming and shit, all this lying and shit.
No, that's a fact.
And I didn't like that he was just too gung ho with the whole killing Kane shit. I'll protect you. I'll protect you.
That's exactly how
come on, Jerome. Tell her no sometimes so she'll stop doing shit.
Yeah.
Just say no.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Any other thoughts on Snowfall episode 7? Bel Air season finale?
Man, Snowfall. So, things are heating up. It's looking like Franklin's gonna have to be forced into a confrontation with Reed because just offing your dad wasn't enough. So now that he got a stern talking to, it seems like he was a little upset about that. He was a little turned off.
For sure.
Yeah, I think all the rest of the stuff that I wanted to talk about happens in 8.
We a little early. You wanna?
I don't have another hour in me, man.
Big bet. All right. Well,
but I have to wrap it here. We promise you we will get you 8 this weekend for sure.
We're a little rusty this week. We enjoyed vacation a little too hard, so we'll be back. We'll be back with some episodes for next week. If nobody in the chat has anything to say, if you ain't got nothing else to say, I guess on that note,
said all the comments. Yeah.
We are out. Peace.